Namaste to all. Good evening to everybody. Before commencing the session, my sincere pranams to our beloved Guruji, Brahmarshi Patriji. My great salutations to our beloved Grandmaster, Matar Babaji. Right. So, okay, Masters. So, as Lokesh mentioned, today is the continuation part of the negative ions, which we learned in the last previous session. Yes. So, before going into the session, I just wanted the answer to one question the last time we discussed, right? So I just want to check how much you learned about the negative ion. So I was mentioning clearly negative ion basically in the stomach, right? So negative and positive ions, both must be there, right? Both must be there for every growth to take place as such. So in the stomach, the stomach should be what kind of nature, and the blood cell should be what kind of nature. Can anybody mention here? Can anybody give the answer? Raise the hand. Kalpana ji. Yes. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Tell me.
Yeah, stomach should be acidic and blood should always be alkaline in nature.
Wonderful, wonderful. Let's clap. Claps to madam.
Thank you.
Straight answer is there. Wonderful. Yes. Very good, very good. Yes. Okay. So can you guess with respect to tree, with respect to a tree, a plant, what could be the positive ion, what could be the negative ion? How does takes place? I mean, both should be there for its better growth. Can anyone guess it? I think I didn't mention it maybe, but I just wanted you to guess this or make a guesswork. Think about it. Just a thinking. For a tree, for the body to function properly, which Karna mentioned rightly, your stomach must be acidic and your blood must be alkaline. So the cells also will be alkaline in nature, isn't it? So then only the body functions. Now the tree to function, what could be the positive and what could be the negative ions? How do you just guess it? How do you just try to understand this? Can
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, we humans we take oxygen.
Yeah.
For us, oxygen is very much important, and the carbon dioxide, which is harmful for us, we breathe out. So that carbon dioxide is a you can say oxygen for the trees. So in this way, I think so. The nature is balancing us.
Yeah, that is right. But what I'm trying to ask, I mean, as you mentioned that carbon dioxide is necessary for the tree
Trees, yeah,
in order to conduct the photosynthesis. I understand that.
correct, yeah.
Right? But I'm talking about how do you understand with respect to negative and positive ions? How does it, with reference to the plant, how do you understand this? Which is positive ions, which is negative ions? Both are,
For the
both are being given to the plant by nature.
mm-hmm.
Then only it works. It works, in a proper way, and the plant also will grow.
Mm-hmm.
Both are given to that. Yes. Anybody
Both.
else?
Uh,
Anybody else here? Others also should participate. Don't be silent. First, open your videos. What's the problem with videos? You don't want to show your face, right? Isn't it? Don't be behind the video. Okay, just open the video and sit and talk. Whatever you know, you talk. That's not a problem. Yes. Anybody else? Okay, fine. So for the better growth of the plant, what must be necessary is the sun rays which provides the protons, right? Sun rays that photon energy comes into the tree that be converted into protons. Okay, they're actually nothing but the positive ions which will be supplied by the sun. Okay, the blistering sun, I can say blistering sun, a strong sun can be will be supplying most of the positive ions. Remember this point. Okay, and coming to the rainwater which comes to the tree, the tree needs the rainwater, isn't it? So
Yes.
that will have more of negative ions. That's how we need to understand. Okay. So here is the point. We need to make a final this thing. In our body, our blood should be alkaline. Our the all the cell and around the cell atmosphere must be always alkaline nature in order to make it work properly. Our body functioning will be proper. This is what we discussed in the last session. And negative ions is equal to antioxidants is also equal to number of electrons. More number of electrons is equal to more amount of current flow in the system or immune system. That's how we will have wonderful health with us, physical health, isn't
Sir,
it?
can you, sir,
Yeah,
sir, can you please repeat what you
yeah.
said just now?
Negative ions is equal to the antioxidants.
Okay, negative.
Antioxidants
Mm.
is equal to
Antioxidants, sir.
number of electrons is equal to the more amount of current flow in the
Mm.
human system.
Mm.
Understand? Any doubt in that?
S- Sir,
Yes.
can you, sorry if I'm, sorry, sir.
Yeah.
Uh, can you again start with the tree? Again, let us go back and start with the tree, like what the initial question you had asked,
Hmm.
how the negative and positive ions.
Yeah.
Uh,
No,
uh,
with respect, I mean, anyway, we should go into the subject. Lot more subject is there we need to discuss again. So this is a previous session, I just want to recap it. That's why I tried.
okay,
So,
huh.
in order to mention in a simpler way,
Mm-hmm.
the tree plant to grow properly, what it needs is sunlight
Yes.
for the photosynthesis. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
sunlight provides photon energy, which then once the photon energy comes into the this thing into the plant, that becomes of more of protons basically, more of
Okay.
protons. Then we say that positive ions are supplied by the blistering sun. Okay,
Okay. Huh.
and coming back to the negative ions, both are required. In fact, both are required for the better growth. So in
Mm-hmm.
a system like our human body, which we just discussed, in the
Mm.
plant also both are required. Coming back to the negative ions, whatever the water is also required by the plant to grow.
Answer.
So the water, what it takes from the rain, it contains lot of negative electrons, lot of something nothing but negative
Yeah.
ions, more
Mm-hmm.
of negative ions. So
Okay.
with this, both are supplied, both are given to the plant so that it grow properly. The growth
Mm-hmm.
of the plant will also be proper.
Proper. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Clear,
Right.
sir. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Okay, friends. So today's subject is sunlight and serotonin, negative ions, and alpha brain waves and melatonin. So these are the main important topics which we'll try to discuss today. So here is the thing: sunlight, the blistering sun, whatever, right? Morning sun and evening sun, that gives you negative electrons again. Okay, the blistering sun, the the bright sun, you can say like that. The blistering sun, the bright sun. If anybody works under that, in fact, he gets a lot of problems. Okay, what it does is it removes a lot of electrons from you and it causes sunstroke. It causes burning in you. It causes skin cancer also. The meaning is it takes away, it burns out a lot of electrons from your system. The strong sun, I'm telling you, blistering sun, strong sun, the bright sun. Avoid it. Understand? So now what this does is, let me tell you, the sun, the blistering sun, or the increasing sun always increases the serotonin levels within our body. Very, very important. In the daytime, what it needs for us is serotonin required. The serotonin causes the digestion to take place properly. But serotonin must be minimum it should be balanced state. It cannot be too low, it cannot be too high. The too low serotonin, too high serotonin causes depression, anxiety, and a lot of lowness within us, slow thinking, sensitivity, and the frustration, irritability, irritation, a lot of things it causes. This I discussed in the last chapter also, in the last previous session also. Understand? So that is why here is the point what we need to understand, right? Here is the thing, yin yang, right? Yin yang. Yin yang means the sunlight increases the serotonin and reduces the melatonin. In the daytime, we don't need melatonin. Melatonin we need in the night time, right? So that's why these, especially negative ions, decreases the serotonin levels and increases the melatonin production. Always remember this, okay? Whenever we have more of negative ions, it decreases the serotonin levels. It increases the melatonin levels. Always negative ions causes the slowing of the breath. It causes the slowing of the breath. Generally, more of positive ions causes the anxiety. More of anxiety, more of frustration, and lot of the so-called immobility. Something like the lot of lot of mobility, and there is no stability within us. So we will not have any stability within us if there are more amount of positive ions within us. That's what we notice, right? So that is why here is the thing what we need to understand is, whenever negative ions are more within our body, that increases the melatonin instead of serotonin. Okay. So in the daytime, we definitely need serotonin. Serotonin will be produced. But if at all we are not going to the sleep night time, for example, we have a light around us and we keep walking, for example, the serotonin and even the cortisol also one of the other hormone which will keep us alert and working state. So in the blood, the serotonin exists for long time if you're not going to the sleep at the right time. If you are disturbing your circadian clock, the rhythm of your body functioning, if you disturb, it means you're not going to the sleep probably at 10 or 9 or whatever. You are keep on waking up 11, 12 by switching on the lights on around you. Then serotonin will be kept in the blood as it is like that. Then there's no question of melatonin comes into picture. Okay. So what happens is, from the morning 6 o'clock it starts, right? It rises, serotonin and the cortisol both rises to something like peak state by 10 o'clock in the morning. That's how by 10 o'clock your blood pressure also will be high. Okay. So from 10 it starts, then slowly it should come down. By evening 8 or 9 o'clock, your serotonin must be 0 and cortisol must be 0. Then onwards, the melatonin starts producing. This is how the body has to operate. But we always go in a ulta way. I mean, we always go in a reverse way. Nowadays, the work culture and the people, how they are, operating. Late night, we are viewing the mobile, we are seeing the blue screen, anything, whatever it may be. See, now after now this class, let's say it's completed around, let's say 10 o'clock, 10:15. After this, you have to switch off everything and they have to go for the sleep. There's no other way. If at all you are continuing again, looking at this, looking at that, mobile, otherwise laptop, or otherwise switching all the lights and then keep working, that's a bad thing. It's going to disturb your health because it's going to increase so-called serotonin and cortisol within you. That is going to cause high BP sooner or later. Okay. What must be done? Switch off everything. Make sure that the melatonin starts producing within you. When the melatonin starts rising, the serotonin will be faded away. That means serotonin will be automatically becomes zero. So the conversion from the excess serotonin into the melatonin, that's very, very important, friends. So that happens in the only night time. If you sleep properly, this is very, very important. Okay. So most of the time, many people, what they do is they suffer. Let's say, for example, if you are keeping lights on and if you are, go on walking, then what happens is you are not given the proper rest to the all your organs within your system, within your body, right? They didn't get a so-called the refreshing time or so-called cleansing time for all your organs. What you need in the night time? Why the melatonin produce? Melatonin will keep you in the deep sleep state and make sure that all the organs go for the detoxification. All the organs go for the cleansing, repair mode. Then what happens is by next day you'll be fresh, right? You have proper rest to all your organs within your body so that by the next day morning you are fresh in the mood and you are relaxing, you are a lot of relaxation and your mood is also fresh. You are ready to go for the work next day morning. If at all your sleep is disturbed, sleep is not in a proper condition, not in good condition, next day morning you will be completely in the stressed mode. You can't work. You are not ready to go for work also. That's the kind of thing you have to suffer, right? So here, the one important thing we need to remember is the melatonin. The excess serotonin due to lack of melatonin is a huge, generally what happens is the excess serotonin causes the disturbance. The then what will happen is in the night time when you give proper rest, all that excess serotonin will be depleted, will be converted into the melatonin. Okay, that's what we need to do. That is why the proper rest at exactly 10 o'clock, you have to switch off everything, then go for sleep. About 4 o'clock, 4:30, whatever Brahma Muhurta, wake up and then start your the yoga, pranayama, meditation, do all that. Okay, that's a fresh, that particular point of time, the complete dust is settled, right, in the atmosphere. Why that is Brahma Muhurta? Especially at that point of time, there are a lot of negative electrons available in the atmosphere. That is why our rishis and munis, they have just kept the time. I mean, that particular time is kept for the best practice, the highest practice, in order to connect to the higher self, in order to connect to the higher consciousness. That is why they reserved the time, right? From 4 to 5:30, they kept the time because in the atmosphere, there will be huge number of negative electrons, basically negative ions, which will slow down your breath. If you just sit, you'll go into the slow breath and then we'll go into the relaxed mode, go into the empty state of mind, and then get connected to your higher self, the inner self and higher self very easily. That's how meditation is very strong in that particular time. We have to understand this. It's very, very important, friends. Okay. So at that point of time, we must utilize that time also. That's called Brahma Muhurta, right? We can connect to the Brahmanda. We can get into so-called Brahma Muhurta. We can connect to the Brahmanda at that point of time very, very easily. Aham Brahmasmi, right? So this is what we need to remember. Now, the other thing is the negative ions, what they does, let me tell you. So generally they encourage the deeper cellular healing, and also by the way of inducing the alpha brain waves within us. How this happens, let's understand. Okay, negative ions, especially negative ions. If you have more amount of negative ions, just now I was telling the Brahma Muhurta time, if you have more amount of negative ions, obviously your breath will slow down. The lowering of the breath, slowing down the breath, that leads to the production of brain waves, like, so-called, they are called alpha brain waves, right? When we have alpha brain waves within our system, see, brain waves are alpha, beta, right? Theta, delta, gamma, like this are there. Okay, there are 5 different types of waves are there. When we have alpha waves, generally what happens when we just get into sleep. For example, I lie down on the bed, then I'm just trying to enter into the sleep. That's called alpha waves. Okay, so as you go into deeper and deeper, then what happens? Alpha becomes theta, theta becomes gamma, gamma becomes finally. So like that, it will go on. But generally, when we are in the wakeful condition, that's called beta waves, right? The beta, we will be in the beta waves when we are in the alert condition. All other waves, all other, the different wavelengths, whatever the waves are happening, these are all actually in the deep restful condition, the deep meditation condition. So let's try to find out more about alpha brain waves. Now, when the negative electrons are more, the slowing of the breath happen. Then we will, the alpha brain waves produces. Okay, then we'll get into the proper sleep. That's how the negative ions causes the production of so-called the more amount of melatonin. If the more amount of melatonin comes, in fact, melatonin itself is called as antioxidant. In fact, the melatonin is nothing but negative ions. Okay, so if you understand this, friends, so what will happen is within our system, what are the different possibilities of getting more negative electrons within us? We discussed earlier. If I touch my bare foot on the ground, I receive number of electrons. When the ground is wet, I receive more number of negative electrons, negative ions, in fact. If I touch my body to the grass, directly on the grass, of course, I receive negative electrons from the earth itself, isn't it? Similarly, if I drink aged urine, then also I receive more amount of negative electrons. The moment I touch my, my foot to the ground, wet ground or even normal ground, or otherwise a natural stone, the moment I touch, right? So I receive more amount of negative electrons. At the same time, my breath rate will slow down automatically. That's how when you are walking, for example, you are walking in the garden, you are walking the the like huge forest, right? You are walking on the beach of the river, wherever the lot of water flow, and then you are just walking side by. You observe your breath, how it goes. Your breath will go into the slower condition automatically. Why? Because the more amount of negative electrons you are receiving. When you receive more amount of negative electrons in all these instances, your breath will slow down. Obviously, the alpha brain waves will be produced. To record this, generally we used to record the brain waves using electroencephalograph, something is there. Okay, like electrocardiograph to record the waves of this, so-called heart. Like that, there are different graphs are there. They already measured all these things, right? That means your brain is getting into relaxed condition now. Understand? So this is what we need to understand. So that is why whenever this happens, that means when the negative ions are going into our system, when you're walking, at the bank of the river or inside the forest or in the garden, in the park, whatever, right? When the more number of the negative ions, of course, negative ions will be received in a lot of formats. I explained touching the ground or like, you drink the liquid, basically the aged urine. Otherwise, you receive the through air also, you receive a lot of negative ions, right? For example, you are doing Agnihotra, you receive a lot of negative ions. You can breathe in, right? And if the air also, for example, if you walk in the garden, the air is also having a lot of negative ions. That also you will breathe in, isn't it? You'll be breathing in. In different ways you'll get it, not in one way. However, whatever, when the negative ions enters into your body, what will happen in the earlier times also I told you. When the negative ions are more in our body, what they try to do is whatever the oxygen we breathe in, that's a pranavayu. The pranavayu or oxygen has to go to the each and every tissue inside our body. Otherwise, we can also say each and every cell of your body needs the oxygen for survival. For your body parts to be healthy and happy state, if your body need to be in a healthy condition, every cell of your body needs proper amount of oxygen to be supplied. How do you ensure this? Right? So generally we breathe in through the nostril. They breathe in, that is a pranavayu, that is having oxygen, for example, oxygen. The oxygen goes in. Once oxygen goes in, it gets into the blood. So once it gets into the blood, right, it is there in the blood, in the flowing blood, within our system. Now that oxygen just in the blood, just being in the blood doesn't make any purpose. It doesn't serve anything. It has to go from the blood, from the RBCs, it has to go into the cells. Basically, it has to go into the tissues and, it has to go into the tissues, and in turn, it has to go into the cell of each and every cell of your body. Then the proper metabolism will happen. Generally, what happens when we eat the food, right? It produces the so-called glucose energy. That glucose energy also gets into the blood, right? It is available well within the blood. Now that the glucose has to go into the cell. Of course, it goes into the cell through the blood. It is conveyed. But to make sure that the glucose gets converted into energy within the cell, there is something called metabolism has to happen. For that, we need oxygen. Always remember, glucose plus oxygen is equal to energy. Merely glucose is not the energy. Remember this point. Glucose plus oxygen is equal to energy. That metabolism will happen within the cell. To make it happen properly, you need more amount of negative electrons. There is something called an enzyme has to be produced there. Already we discussed in the earlier classes. Can anybody tell this the name of the enzyme which has to be produced properly in order to conduct this process? Can somebody raise the hand? What is the enzyme which has to be produced so that this metabolism, the metabolization will happen properly, and then the glucose gets properly, the glucose will get oxidation happens, then the energy production starts and the ATP starts working and the cell will be properly energized. So we have a mitochondria, right? Mitochondria function is to produce the energy. How it will produce the energy? Without the presence of a particular enzyme, it can't do that. So to make sure that enzyme produced properly, you need negative electrons or negative ions. What is the enzyme name? Pajanappan. Yes.
Sorry, sir. I thought it is a melatonin.
Huh?
I thought it is a melatonin. Melatonin.
No.
Enzyme.
Next.
Not enzyme, sir.
Next, Shailaja.
Monoamine oxide.
Huh?
Monoamine oxide.
Yes.
Monoamine oxide.
Oxidase. Monoamine oxide.
Oxidase. Okay. Monoamine or monoamine?
Monoamine.
Spelling?
MONO MYNEOXIDAS.
Right, very good. Okay. Monoamine oxidase, right? So this is required. This enzyme is required for the proper metabolization of glucose into the energy. That is where that entire that happens within the cell that will be conducted by so-called mitochondria. The mitochondria is responsible for production of this ATP. That is the energy, right? That is the energy with which the cell function. Then you are healthy, obviously. This entire things happens when there are the good number of presence of negative ions or more number of negative electrons available within your blood. Understand, right? So this is one thing. So that means the slow breath rates causes, right? Causes the alpha brain waves to be produced within us. Alpha brain wave states will be produced within us. And now the serotonin irritation. There is something called serotonin irritation. So the serotonin irritation happens obviously when you go into the bright sun. For example, you are walking on the street in the under the bright sun. You never wanted to continue that, right? You will get a lot of irritation, right? Within the skin will be burning one side, and when you're walking on the street, the lot of vehicles will be going here and there. The fumes comes out. You'll be smoking all the toxic air. In the toxic air, you get a lot of positive ions within you. All the dust particles goes within you, right? You feel like irritated basically. This all why all this happens is this produces more amount of serotonin within you. Serotonin is, as I told you, serotonin properly required. I mean, it should be not too low, not too high. But in this state of condition, the serotonin irritation happens. Okay, serotonin irritation happens because you are, going in that kind of in that kind of environment or walking in, right? So that is why. So basically, in the brightest sun, if you go, so they measure that it's going to cause about 800% increase in the serotonin level. If you go into the brightest sun and you are walking in the toxic air in the streets of a busy junction or busy town, if you are walking like that, this is going to be definitely cost. You'll definitely notice so too much irritation, and then you don't want to continue basically. You don't want to continue. You want to come out of that, and you want to come back to the house as soon as possible. You never like it, in fact, isn't it? So this is what is very important. That means you are going to find more amount of serotonin within your blood and brain, the entire system of your body. This you understand. So now, especially all the buildings what we see, as I was mentioning in the earlier times also, the buildings what we construct nowadays. So all these buildings, the buildings what we are creating, they are nothing but called as sick buildings. They are nothing but called sick buildings. So why? Because all airborne toxins, all the gases made by man-made plastics, carpets, vinyls, paints, furniture, electronic gadgets, right? These all going to be causing basically lot of toxicity within the air, and which in turn you are breathing. When you are breathing in, then it goes within you. This is nothing but positive ions. All you lose a lot of electrons from your system. It means what happens here is it is going to weaken your health. It is going to weaken your immune system, isn't it? And all this will happen, and your energy levels will goes down. And then slowly, what will happen is then you get into the ill health, right? So now, this is the kind of atmosphere we have created within our home. In fact, I shown some of the values in the last class, like they measured across the different environments in the village atmosphere, in the city atmosphere, within the indoors, outdoors, everything they have measured. They found a lot of difference. Number of negative ions, right? Within indoors, within outdoors, within the indoors of air conditioned, within the non-air conditioned, everything they measured. They found huge differences between one to other. You can imagine that, what kind of things are going on. So that is why here is the thing what you need to understand is all these sick buildings, right? Sick buildings, so especially if they don't have proper amount of negative ions, it is going to be much dangerous, my dear friends, right? So that is why. So what we need to do is we need to make sure that the more amount of negative ions should be there within the system, within the building where we are living also, surrounding to us and within the building also. We have told some of the methods. Of course, in the later classes, we learn some more methods of ionization of the air. Like we want to ionize the air. We want to create more amount of negative ions within the atmosphere where we are living in. So this is very important, friends. Okay. So the negative ion, especially if you see within your atmosphere, there are more positive ions, more dust particles, right? All the airborne particles. For example, if there are more negative electrons, what happens? They get attracted to the positive ions. That means the negative and positive ion both will be attracted and the dust particles will settle down to the floor. The reason being both are, one is positive, one is negative, then it becomes neutralized. Then that all dust particles settle down on the floor, that doesn't go in breathing. Then at least you'll be happy. Okay. For that, there are many methods how you can ionize the air. How you are going to ionize the air where you are living in. This we will be understanding in the future classes. Much more methods. But so there are some studies conducted about, they taken about 1159 different places. For example, they have taken office environment, control room, call center, and like eight different locations in the 6-year period they have taken. These are scientists conducted some experiments. 6-year period they have taken and 8 different locations, right? Different locations, and they try to find out the effect of ionization. When you supply the ionized air, what will be the kind of the effects on the human being? Like do we often get the cold? Do we often get the asthma? Do we often get sick? All these things, they measured it properly. That I'm going to put in front of you. Just imagine, try to understand this. These results are very important. For example, see, so what will happen is the before ionization, after ionization. Okay. One thing we need to understand is every parameter what I'm going to read here, right? The environment what is created. Okay, the environment before ionization, after ionization. When the air is toxic, so what kind of results were there with the human body? When the air is, when the air get ionized, that means the air gets converted into negative ions. Then what kind of the effects are taking place within the human body? Let's understand. Number one, breathing difficulties. Breathing difficulties were 275% before ionization. It's just before. After the ionization of the toxic air, the proper negative electrons available, the percentage of improvement is that became 90%. Breathing difficulties were 275%. Now it became 90% after the ionization taken place. Sore throat. The sore throat keep coming. We don't know the reasons. We go to doctor and take some pill, then followed by ill. One more ill will come. Correct, no? So that's why instead of that, understand that what kind of breathing you are taking. You are taking toxic breathing, then you are expecting the things has to go well in your body. It doesn't. Okay. Now, sore throat, it has caused about 474%. After ionization, it has come to the 197%. Straight away 58% down. Now, dry throat, 834%. So, with the ionization, it came to 497%, 50% down automatically. Cold, flu-like symptoms were coming to the physical body when there is a toxic air around us. 681, right? Then now it came down to 270. That is 60% down. Understand? And rashes, itches, right? Tiredness, fatigue, blocked running nose, dry itching, tired eyes, dry eyes, itching eyes, all this. Everywhere there is about 56%, 73%, it's go on down. Like, it's go on reducing. Cough, sneezing, it is about 8%, but 391% after ionization, 51% down. Headaches, unnecessary headaches will be there. We don't know the reason. Simple headache will be keep coming. We doubt on many things. But actually, in fact, you are breathing in a lot of positive ions through the toxic air. That's how you are getting headache unnecessarily. Just change the atmosphere, like increase the negative ions. That means ionize the air, then obviously it will be rectified. So that's how it is, right? So, an average improvement, what they noticed is 57%, my dear friends, with the ionization, without ionization. Before the ionization, after the ionization, they found on an average, the improvement is about 57%. Remember this. Okay. Now, let's go to this is actually environmental stress. Let's take the general stress. So far, we have discussed about environmental stress. Now, general stress, if you take sleeping difficulties with the presence of the more amount of positive ions within you, within you and around you. What happens is sleeping difficulties were too much. There's about 581% came down to 390, that is 32% down easily, just because of the so-called the ionization, after ionization. Now short-term memory, 427% was there. It has been reduced to 285 after the ionization, 33% down. And concentration problems, it was 697. Now it came down to 383 after the ionization. And depression, pessimistic character, that means always negative character, depressed state, 482% came to 268%, about 44% improvement. And then irritability, all these things, 9, not 4, 529 it became. On average, the improvement what they found is 38% in all these cases, my dear friends. Okay, so this is what we need to understand. It means so much, so much so, if you keep understanding about negative ions, the role of negative ions is huge, it's going to play the huge role within our day-to-day life. So much important, all this, the negative ions, the amount of negative ions present within our body, present within our atmosphere, all around us, that's going to play the vital and important, the primary role to conduct our life, smoothly, healthily. Our body has to be healthy. We have to be mentally, physically healthy. Is that, then we'll be able to lead our life happily. We can enjoy the life also. So, like this. So let's find out, let's find out ourselves the importance of these negative ions and try to improve as much as possible. Anyway, we are given certain methods, use them. And in future, we are going to give some more methods, use them also, and then always ensure more amount of negative electrons within your body, around you also. That means within your environment also. That helps a lot. Okay. Thank you so much. Dhanyavad. Namaste.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Any masters can raise your queries.
Yeah.
This actually you are telling about ionization, sir. So actually, do we should we buy any machines or something like that for this ionization?
Yes. Ionization, you can buy the machines are also available nowadays. Otherwise, you should have some indoor plants, right? And do some Agnihotra, keep the pyramids. Okay, pyramid is also best ionization. It takes place. If you keep a pyramids more and more, and if you keep more crystals, if you keep drinking within your body ionization, if you keep drinking urine, aged urine, that all going to cause more of ionization. Okay, so within your atmosphere means there are some plants, there are some basically crystals, pyramids. You have to place them within your house.
So all this we should go into deep. This all we have to use, like crystal means what crystals and all you will tell later.
Yeah. That again, that one more topic is going to come. Yeah.
Actually, we bought something some time back, some air purifier. We have to change some parts in that, but we felt it's not so good because
Which company you bought it? Which company?
some good company only, some Tata company only, I think something. But some 15,000, 16,000 it costed, but we are not happy with the result. for
You take
just
the good
this
one
smooth
because
breathing.
there's a Dyson company. They make air purifiers and basically it try to clean up all the dust particles, right? 2.5 micron dust particles. It means it's going to remove all the positive ions from your air. You're not going to breathe the toxic air, airborne toxics will not be there. So that is costing more, I think. So it's about 35, 38, 40,000.
Oh, the Tyson company.
Dyson company.
Okay.
It's a foreign company. They are making it. I mean, which I found in the basically market. That's one company which I found.
It's good. So,
Yeah,
okay. Thank you, sir.
right. Yes. Anybody else? Nitesh ji, follow. Unmute, yeah.
And what kind of indoor plants you can give for vegetarians?
So you will learn the subject slowly, not at a time. There are many, there are many sources of this negative ions. Okay.
Okay.
Again, next class also you are going to learn some more, and next class like that another 3-4 classes will come.
Okay, fine, fine, sir. Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
right.
Yeah.
Next, Meena ji. Yes, unmute Meena ji. And also try to invite more people to these sessions because we all have to do some seva, right? Let's all take the link of this session and send it to the new people. And every day one master will be coming here and they'll give their wisdom. So let's not only we enjoy this, we learn this. Let's make sure that it reaches to many people around us. Okay, please keep doing it. Keep doing this because that's the only seva you can do to this platform or to the Mahavatar Foundation. What else you can do? Tell me. You can't do anything more than that. At least I think Lokesh ji and Pajnapan and Deepika madam, Sripala madam, they're all wonderfully, Chitra madam, everybody they are already now got into the seva service, wonderful service by conducting classes, taking care of this, that's going to be the throughout their life and throughout their next coming lives. It's going to help a lot. The great seva. It is not ordinary thing, friends. Don't underestimate or don't think like that. It's going to be tremendous impact in their lives because giving jnana, giving wisdom is not a small thing. Tonight, when you are going to sleep, you have a different state of mind by listening this class, isn't it? Do you agree or not? It means which has caused this shift. What has caused this shift within your mind? This is called altered state of mind. The high altered state of mind. How did you receive this? Through satsang. Then is it not a wonderful service which Lokesh is giving for all of you? What else can you do? Tell me. In the life, what else can be greater than this? Hence, we always suggest every one of you here, the individual masters, right? At least, bring 2-3 people more, keeping this, within along with you. That's going to be a service you are rendering, for the universe and for yourself. Okay, please try to do that. Keep doing it. Because
Also, this all the sessions are free. If you go out, they may charge you like 3 to 5 thousand for each session for each video. All this are getting for free.
Correct.
That's a great thing. Yes.
That's right. So getting for free as well, you are sharing with others. That is going to be a service for you. For an individual, I'm talking about.
Yes.
Who are not into the conducting classes, organizing. At least you are as an individual, just go and extend the same, share the wisdom, send the video, share the Zoom link, WhatsApp link, ask them to join, tell them that I got benefited. Why don't you also get benefited? Right? When you just see the movie, we go and tell to many people. Just see the movie and movie is good means we tell to some 10 people. How come it is not like such a wonderful wisdom when you are receiving? You must tell to the entire world itself. Isn't it? So please do this and take up as a mission, your personal mission, I'm telling you. If not, and don't think about foundation, I'm going to help this, that. Don't think about all these things. Okay. It's as simple as that. Your personal mission. Your personal mission is like you learn and you let others also learn. That much you think. You not think, I'm going to help the foundation, I'm going to do this, do that. Not required all this. Just think about yourself. Yes, I will learn, I'll make others to learn. As simple as this. Right. Vedavati madam. The last sharing, we'll close the session now.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir,
So
I have introduced many people.
Yeah.
I have introduced many people, sir. I have sent links also.
Yeah.
And today I am not in station. I have, in the evening, I explained all these people. I put on the YouTube Mahavatar TV and then asked them to meditate also for some time.
Very good. Very
I'm
good.
in a
Wonderful.
function.
Yeah. I know. You are doing it well. Yes. It's a great service.
Yes, sir.
Yes, madam. Yes. Thank you. Right. Pajiyappanji.
Sir, I'm also trying, sir. Whatever link I'm getting for Tamil group, I'm sharing with people and requesting them to share with their friends and family members.
Yes, wonderful.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Tamil is also going very well, right?
Yes, sir. I will increase further, sir.
Yes,
This kind of
Chitra madam she is going to share now. Chitra madam. Tamil class.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
About Tamil?
Yes, Tamil and English, everything you talk.
Yeah, English, yes. I very meticulously I come for especially your class because I get more information and wisdom. But I try to come for others also.
Yes.
But Tamil is going well, sir. But
Yes, very good,
I
very
feel that it should still more. We should get more people. So every day I'm announcing that more people should be coming because we have so many members. But I think YouTube channel has about 202 subscribers now.
Yeah, it is increasing. Yes.
In 2 weeks.
Yes.
In 2 weeks, it's a good growth.
Good.
But it's not sufficient.
Yes.
But there are people who are very regular and one particular thing I noticed was one lady who is really a patient. She's having the tube in her nose. She is very diligently attending the meditation every day. But I didn't want to, disturb her. So I never asked her any question. But sometimes she's the first person to enter.
Okay.
So, and some of them are really very serious about it. And I remember one Vijay, he is doing his meditation very well.
Yes.
His posture is very good and he starts and ends properly. Many more are there. And they interact also very well. And we got very good masters, senior masters, who were all, like well equipped with their informations and, and shared very well. I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying the sessions. And thank you for giving me this opportunity also, sir.
Yes, madam. Thank you so much also. And being the front runner for the, the Tamil session, all classes you are, hosting it and you are taking care of it. So really thankful to you and congratulations also to you. It's wonderful.
And I'm learning also a lot by doing this. Actually, every day is a learning session only.
Yeah, because senior masters will be coming, they'll be sharing their wisdom. So obviously you will have great learning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever we don't know also we'll be learning from everyone. Yeah. Excellent masters are there. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. And even we need to generate some more hosting from the Tamil session, madam. Because whenever you are away from the session, like there should be other alternative immediately.
Exactly.
Okay,
Otherwise, if people are not able to talk, at least if you can provide if I can suggest, Lokesh also can join for for that co-hosting. If you are comfortable, I think he is comfortable with that. So then the person who is speaking can be little free, and he can concentrate on his talking. So now, sort of, I'm doing all alone, so it is little difficult. But I'm taking it as a challenge and doing it because I want to learn. So if somebody is there, it's very good. It's very good to share. So next
month, next month also you are expressing little difficult, So I was thinking even some more masters to come forward now.
Somebody should come because I am announcing every day. Today, Madam Kumari was there. So she was also saying, when I said senior master, she said, Patriji says there is nothing like seniority or anything. Everybody is a master. So all of you are masters. So I told them, see, now she has also announced that you're all masters. So you have to come forward to show your willingness to host, to take sessions in the classes. So
wonderful.
Yeah,
it will happen.
Also.
Nothing to worry. Everything will go properly. Okay.
Yes.
When we are doing the nature's work, universal work, everything will come into place automatically.
But one more thing I observed, sir, when you are in the spiritual path, you get a lot of challenges. Maybe makes you learn lessons through that, You think that everything is going smooth. Suddenly something happens, then you get worried. Then he tests us probably to see whether you will, overcome that and stay strong. Otherwise, if you are going back, that means you have failed your test.
So, but it will give you that energy also to survive.
It gives. Yes. It gives. And gives a lot of satisfaction also.
Satisfaction is used and it will always strengthen you. Time to time, it will strengthen you.
Yeah. It's a godsend door opened for me, actually.
Correct. Wonderful.
Very unexpected. Yeah.
Yes, wonderful.
Thank you so much for that, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Lokesh, we'll close the session now. Yeah.
Yes. Let's thank Universe and the Mahavatar Foundation for giving us this platform to learn wisdom from many masters. And let's thank all the masters who have attended the session. Thank you all. So please don't miss the session tomorrow. There will be holistic lifestyle technique. So see you all tomorrow.